Hola, es la doctora Collado, and I hope you are all well. So, a couple of weeks ago, after Day of the Dead, I was cleaning up, and I had the flowers that I had set up for the ofrendas para el altar, and they were still fresh. So I repositioned them closer to the entrance of the classroom, and I figured, I need like it would be nice to have like candy or something, but I could not have candy in my classroom, or I wouldn't, right? I try to avoid food in the classroom. So I said, it occurred to me that I could have a take what you need, maybe version of the bulletin board where um, children and grown up could take a phrase or a word that they needed at the moment. So the take what you need bulletin boards are those where you would place maybe you there are messages with words, and then you take based on how you feel, or you can also leave a note that someone else may need. But what I did was I came up with a list of words that thought could be useful, like, for example, um, love and peace and happiness and focus. So I came up with a list of about 10 words, and I wrote them in Spanish and English and cut them in small strips. And it just so happens that I had saved this heart from a gift, this plastic heart, or container shaped in the form of a heart. So I used that, and I placed the strips inside, and wrote type instructions and taped them by the flowers. And the instructions say, open the heart and take what you need, right? And so it was very interesting at first. Some students were confused. One student thought it was she was looking for it for something. She thought there were band-aids inside. So I was like, oh no, those are different type of band-aids. Those are band-aids for the heart. Another student had the word flexibility. So suddenly I see in the middle of a lesson, the student is stretching here and there. So I'm asking her to stop. And she's like, but I'm doing what it says here. So I realized I should have used compromise, because they know that word compromise, not really flexibility, because they were literally taking it. But after a week or so that we talked about and they understood, I actually had a group of third graders wanting to add some words based on things, intentions, feelings that they needed that were not on the list. So I had to add about 10 more words. So we sat down, we made it into a lesson, and they contributed to the list. So what happens is that when they come in, and I remind them that this this is something that we have to honor, we have to respect. We've decided that these simple strips that are nothing, just a piece of paper, are important, and we only take it if we need it. So I've seen students that come in and look for calmness, and I don't notice when they take the paper, but I notice that during the class they're silent, and then they show me that it was their intention to stay quiet, to stay calm, because they needed it. Another student had, for example, perseverancia, perseverance, and the reason behind it was that after my class, she had another class that she was not looking forward to, and she needed a reminder. She needed perseverancia to get her through it. To say, okay, so I'm in Spanish, and then I'm gonna go to this class, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I really need to persevere and get through it. So it's been rewarding, interesting. It was an experiment of sorts. So I encourage you to have something similar. It's a way of teaching children and grown-ups, why not, to acknowledge their feelings and their state of mind, and you know know what it is that they need, and how they need to shift their mindset in order to you know sort of like change those feelings and get into a better place. And I think that's something that we all have trouble with, and it could be very helpful. So on the written portion, I'm sharing the list. You can print it out and use it as a bulletin board ad, or you can just add your own and create your own take what you need counter, wall, whatever the case may be. Okay, adios.